Hello, most esteemed viewers. It is I, your host in this spookiest of seasons, Jekyllstein Grey. I really need to get like some lightning and thunder sound effects. Anyway, welcome to the show. Last door. We're doing episode 4. Oh, God damn it! I was thinking earlier. I've got to pull up the walkthrough, just so I can be like, "Hey, I learned from my mistakes yesterday." But apparently, no. So while I'm pulling this up and before we get officially started, I do kind of want to talk about, one, actually an interesting thing I've been thinking about. Two, just sorry. Just kind of talk about the plans for the future of this awesome month. So yeah, let's see. It's really hard to go to the community market or the market. I wish there was like some way. Well, first of all, to find. Anyway, what was I was gonna make some comparison about some complaint about how hard it is to find the community hub. That's the word. I literally took seeing the Steam page to remember. But the community hub is what I needed to see. And yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so sorry for the long, stream with little happening. Actually, before we talk about the interesting stuff, I just want to do some housekeeping. So we're doing the last episode of season 1 today, and after I do that, before I jump to season 2, we're gonna do these episodes, these little not episodes, minisodes that I think they added to the collector's edition. They're actually really short. It should be a much shorter episode than the it should be oh, by the way, shout outs to Morin, I think that's how I pronounce it, for writing the walkthrough. Writing the walkthrough I've been using for this this game. You've been a big help. A lot of people. I mean, the guides are really simple, straightforward, easy to understand. Probably not watching this, but if you are, thank you for making such an excellent guide, and I'm sorry I did not give you a shout out in the last 2 videos. So the next episode is gonna be like a little mini-sode of the mini-sodes. And I'm just gonna click on episodes, because I don't want a repeat of last week where it started us in the last in the last part of episode 2 instead of jumping into episode 3. Yeah, so we're gonna start episode 4, and while we're doing this previously on, so it's I think so. One thing I noticed is that this game is actually way spookier than I remember. I feel way spookier playing this game now than I did when I first played it in like 2017. it's how do I put? So first, I have always had a really weird relationship with ghost stories. In fourth grade we were reading them at Halloween, and these were like fourth grade ghost stories. These weren't like actual horror stories, and you know, because part of it is, even though I'm in a pretty liberal area of the country, you know, I was in fourth grade. I just actually moved here. You know, parents still would have gotten mad if I think I actually did hear one of the stories. And it's like I had trouble sleeping that night because I was just a big wuss. And oh no, I have anxiety, and when you have anxiety, when you constantly have this adrenaline pumping in you over small things, adrenaline highs become much less attractive. Yeah. Actually, I have a story about a time I escaped a flash flood that is not really relevant right now, so I'm not going to bring it up because I want to talk about why I feel so scared, because I actually have been getting... You know, it's funny because I actually used to not be afraid of roller coasters, apparently, and I'm terrified of roller coasters now. I didn't used to be as arachnophobic, scared of spiders. Now, actually, just did... I recorded the the Spelunky video, second Spelunky video earlier today. We're gonna get this obviously much later because I had this weird arbitrary. I wanted to be during Halloween season, so Spelunky. I'm sorry, I'm not continuing this because there's probably some stuff I want to talk about that. So I talked about arachnophobia, and the second, the one where I accidentally alt-tabbed, and like shut the whole recording down before I could like give it a proper outro or anything. And since I have like zero video editing skills, I just was like, screw it, and then I like posted basically the explanation in the title and the description. Anyway, so honestly, I don't think I don't think I'm actually more scared of this type of stuff in general. But when I was playing it in 2017, as far as I can remember, again, this was 3 years ago and so much has happened and blah blah blah. But I remember it was like on a family computer because I wasn't allowed to like have like phone. I didn't have a phone back then, but I wasn't, or maybe I did. I don't know. I think I did. But I wasn't allowed to like have any technology in my room, which is where I'm recording this. And I wasn't, I didn't have my own computer, so I had to use the family computer, and I wasn't allowed to like do any of the stuff at night. So it was in broad daylight. So I was in a public space. I was in a public space in broad daylight. And what was the last thing I mentioned? Public space. Broad daylight. Something else. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but something's going on. My mom is playing a joke on my sister. I don't know. I need my own place. So I think it's environment. It's like, and it's in middle of the day, family computer, public space. So it's late, as opposed to now where it's late at night and I can jump at all the shadows. So yeah. Anyway, almost 10 minutes into the video, let's actually start playing the game and talking about this episode. Oh, I'm playing as this guy, Alexander. There's no turning back. Also, I'm really sorry if my voices are changing between. I didn't even intend to do voices. It just kind of happened. I'm sorry if they're changing in between episodes because I'm just winging this. I have made my mind. I do like these super like straightforward, almost cinematic. I'm ready. So wait, no, I think that's Devitt. talking. I really like these super, punchy, straightforward openers to these episodes. It's very like it's TV-ish. You've got your big big thing to hook the audience and keep them watching. But it also, helps keep you wanting to solve the puzzles. Or something, even when they're do it! Do it! And intro. Woo! So yeah, I really like the intro. I can't remember if they changed it for season 2. I want to say that they don't, but I'm not 100% sure. Guess we'll see when the time comes. Oh yeah, also while this intro is rolling, I actually am trying to figure out, obviously I'm going to do season 2 after this, after I do the minisodes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do after this. I've got a lot of ideas, but none of them struck me as strongly. This is like, The Last Door is like, this is what I want my first Halloween episode series to be. Can you see all those stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long distant eras. I believe in a universe that doesn't care and people that do. Like and subscribe if you got that reference. I'm actually probably gonna... I'm definitely gonna play that game at some point. There's a lot to talk about there. Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky, and even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows, title drop, that hang over the veil that hides the world, as if it were the curtain of a theater. The veil separates the truth from the lie. It's actually interesting, all this veil imagery, because in Mormonism, oh wow, this is neat. In Mormonism, so they're looking at the play thing. So the veil is in Mormonism, like, basic. Again, not to get too deep into like all the complicated theology, and it's all bullshit. But they believe that there's a and I'd once believed that there was, a premortal, like, so we were all spirits with God, and then he was like, hey, we're gonna send you down here to have bodies and get tested, and the veil was a veil of forgetfulness. It was like placed over people's heads in order to make them forget. It's total hogwash. I need to play Sagebrush. Sagebrush is definitely not for Halloween. It's kind of spooky, but also not really. But I really need to play Sagebrush. Yeah. So I don't know if you grew up in another Christian denomination, or you are part of another Christian denomination. Let me know if there's a veil imagery there, because as far as I know, there isn't. I always thought that it was just a Mormonism thing, but I could also see it not being that. Anyway, it's an interesting little tidbit thing I noticed. The veil is a place, David, a place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. Wait, but isn't Anthony the one who's talking, or is this a tree? You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. So this game is confusing, kind of. I don't really understand a lot of lore, and I've always kind of been bad at lore stuff and actually thematic stuff. I'm mostly trying to work on thematic analysis and obviously like craft, like design, and writing, and music, and all that analysis. I think it's confusing in a good way, or at least an interesting way. It's not necessarily a tone piece, but it's not also designed to like be super like easy to understand. You're not designed to like figure it all out, you know. I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot. Oh wait, no, this guy's German. I cannot. Not this guy, but the other guy who was talking. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I have been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes. A tragic event that has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he's one of the victims. Dear God! You're telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you, but I did not mean to give this impression. Herr Devitt was attacked but survived. What happened to him then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr Devitt... Oh yeah, so we're talking about the church from episode 2. Herr Devitt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. So was all that a dream? Was all of episode 3 a dream? Maybe? If it was, honestly, it's not... Like, there's still stuff happening there. It was all a dream does not invalidate what happened there, because clearly Devitt saw something and he was affected by, you know, so yeah. What was Devitt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechwood spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr Devitt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect you did not find Mr. Devitt in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr Devitt within the coffin. Empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. So, the game and Devitt, I guess, are kind of unreliable narrators. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. 20 minutes in, and we're getting the title sequence. I'm sure this is the place. Alexander's house must be just ahead. So Devitt is actually, like, kind of a bad person or something. He's certainly, like, he's not a hero. Which, you know, again, considering H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe are inspirations here, there's a large iron bar latching the door. Quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. So it's gonna be too dark. Or not, I guess. Anyway, he's not a hero. You know, like the narrator of The Raven wasn't a hero. You know, the guy from the Telltale Heart guy was way worse than Devitt, you know, or the Cask of Amontillado guy. Honestly, Lovecraft's protagonists were honestly like more sympathetic, partly because he wanted to, you know, reinforce white supremacy. Let's be blunt. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. Dude, this is actually, I just realized something. I don't know about season 2, but this begins and ends in mansions. Well, I know how season 2 ends. I do remember that part. I remember I remember where the end of season 2 takes place, but I'm definitely not going to spoil that for you here. House lights are on. Someone must be home. Alrighty, in we go. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Also, I already did a shout out earlier in this video. Oh yeah, I need to. That's probably a little bit. But Gail, my friend Gail, was the one to introduce me, tell me about this in the first place, and he's the reason I got into this. So thank you, Gail. Yeah. Could be Pevensey Castle, but in this painting the garrison is not in ruins. A couple of old teacups on the table. One of them is full and still warm. Yeah, I actually haven't talked to Gale in a couple years. I've been trying to get in contact with him again, but it's hard. It's, you know, his phone stopped working, and then I tried to reach out to him on Facebook, but, you know, surprise, surprise, the Gen Zer is not on Facebook, so oil lamp, yay! Another one of these. I don't know why I said it like it was a bad thing. It's fine. Oil lamp, you know. Need light. It also adds to the tone of, you know, because you can still see, but also, you know, like the stuff on the far end of the room you can't see as much, so it adds to that spooky tone. Of course, my body decides now is a good time to yawn. It's diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages have been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupre has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which it seems he shall not return anytime soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure all the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? So, what's with the turn towards the wall? What does that have to do with anything? If you know, leave a comment. The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupre is not going to be able to notice a change in these clocks that he had so... Oh my god damn it. And I'm not even playing this as late as I did the last couple times. I'm going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In this day, time will not be be a problem anymore. Huh. It looks like the diary of a member of Alexander's household. What happened to them? Hey, he used them as a, because he didn't know the pronouns. That's slightly progressive. Yay. I was playing Spiral Knights, which I tried to record, but I wasn't able to for some reason. I was trying to play Spiral Knights the other day, and and someone. Oh wow! Oh, so this is the. Looks like someone was buried here. So Spiral Knights, was someone in Spiral Knights you all play as not like agendered, but also like really gender ambiguous alien characters, and you can dig with my bare hands. Yeah, you can. You just don't want to, buddy. An ancient stone wall, a rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. So someone used, I was joining a party and I was still loading in, and after I loaded in, someone was like, "Hey, you, wait until they're done loading," because I go by he/him pronouns. But I'm glad that they did the incredibly basic thing of not assuming my pronouns and all that. So that was nice of them. Good job, you guys. So that's honestly, at least in my experience, and again, straight white cis man. But I have also seen, just because I am those things doesn't mean I haven't seen some pretty bad toxicity in other online games before. But I think Spiral Knights is a pretty great community in that regard. Branches of a tree stretching to the sky break the night into 1,000 pieces. Interesting. So they're breaking up the solid darkness. So the door is locked. I need a key to open it. So yeah, I'm basically going to do my usual thing of like trying to do as much as I can without a walkthrough, but then using a walkthrough if necessary. I honestly, these puzzles are nice in these types of games, but also the problem is that one bad puzzle can ruin everything. So I always just keep a walkthrough handy. Sorry, old adventure game purists. Silhouette of a man. It bears a strong resemblance to Alexandra. Silhouette of a woman. Just a woman. So yeah, this game is interesting views on gender. It's not like I'm not want to say to steal a phrase from Lindsay Ellis. I don't want to say thing good or thing bad. It's just I'm painting local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. Because they're pictures of Roman stuff that was that's long gone. So yeah, oh yeah, women. I don't want to say thing good or thing bad. It shows a bunch. I'm trying to think about. So there's obviously the nuns, which they kind of have to be women. There's the wife of what's his face. The guy who died at the very beginning of the game. Ooh, she died off screen. We never actually got to see her. And I can see the argument that because it doesn't feel as bad as it could, and I can kind of see the argument that, well, this is in Victorian England, and this is about, the rich people, but also, why is it about that? Pan's Labyrinth takes place in a time, Pan's Labyrinth is very gothic, Pan's Labyrinth takes place in a time when women had much less power, but it was still, women still existed and female stories still happened there. So yeah, it's not, again, it doesn't really have anything super bad, but I do wish that there has been more interesting and central female characters in this game. Alexandra. Let's read the Alexandra, you're alive, but you're in a wheelchair. This is so mysterious. And I'm gonna explore your room first. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through. It is, I'm gonna butcher this, Cha-Ilathal, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist inhabits the shadows of those who left. The table holds nothing but a box with the description laudanum, to be taken in case of anxiety. It is empty. Okay, I started singing Andy Griffith for some reason. I don't know why. Then this tale of madness and woe, my thoughts go to the theme song from a happy-go-lucky 60s sitcom, I'm Weird. This cuckoo clock is covered with dust and seems to be missing an important piece. The bird. Lots of birds in this. If the clock has been turned. A misty dock overlooks a gray ocean. Oh man, oh my god. I am like 90% positive that is a reference to the scene in an episode in season 2. But we will see about that. Hey my dude, what's up? It's been a long time. Alexandra, it's me, Devitt. I'm sorry if I startled you. Why are you sitting in Is everything alright? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt maybe? Can you stand? He's staring blankly at some distant point as if he has not heard my question at all. You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I'd heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in the house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me. But he is unresponsive. Alexandra, please! Say something! I don't know what to do! I don't understand. Just what happened to him? He looks miles away. It is actually kind of nice that they don't make us... that they don't have the option to repeat that dialogue, so it's just weird. Yeah, let's see what to do. Huge chest made of oak wood. What's in it? Iron hook. Yay, take, hook. Woo! Fragment of a diary. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures, I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it is not possible that I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone, and the frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors in the greenhouse and let the mold devour them and wasps make nests of their hollow hearts. Yeah, alright. Old man, ship captain. Probably the guy who had the diary and the hook. Maybe not, though. Who knows? Who cares? I do. I care about games. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It's labeled with a warning. Do not open it under white light. A person with a face turned around. Picture of an angel with a gentle face. It's a letter. Dear Alexandra, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There is no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would never have visited. Leafing through this grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definitive results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Visiting Nequisquiat, June 8th, 1987. So this game takes place in 1891. Seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. The cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. The self-designed with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movements of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. I want to talk about kind of a lot of anti-intellectualism that's kind of baked into the Gothic, well, more specifically like the mad scientist trope and things like Frankenstein. That wasn't actually kind of originally there. It still doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'm definitely also going to play, I want to do a one-shot of The Wanderer, Frankenstein's Creature. Probably in November, because that's a really good November game. I actually kind of want to upload it on the 1 year anniversary of its release. It came out November of last year, and I got it at the end of the first week or something. I can't believe it's already been almost a year since I played that. Looks like some kind of red tinted glass cover used to mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. Basement comforters. This is a developing room, basically. Pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were properly developed, so you can hardly distinguish anything. I would actually be interested to know the number of people, a number of Gen Zers who had no idea what film development was until they saw Jonathan from Stranger Things. Image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. Lots of masks in this game. A glass jar containing yellow substance. Label reads cyanide. And I guess I'm going to take the cyanide. I mean, at least it's labeled. At least it's blood. It's like, yeah, this is cyanide. Do not drink. Do not take this unless you want to die. It is a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles underlined. 3149. Collodion for photography. Collodion is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article. To which great value is attached. Some supposing that to its peculiar composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only in the future. Sorry. 3151. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of the chemicals. 1 ounce of vitriol spirit solution, then drops of cyanide. So we need vitriol solution, cyanide, water, and plate. Okay. 3150. The causes of failure. The storms require a chapter by themselves. The long experience convinces us that 9 out of any 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results are always rewarding One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. So basically, if you mess up, put water in it. The instrument is working beyond my knowledge. So I think it's a microscope. I always like seeing characters in like historical fiction being baffled by this new technology, this newfangled technology that is super odd to them, but pictures hanging from a corn. They look like they look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. Yeah, so I love it when characters are like, what is this new thing? Let's see, is there something I'm missing? I want to move the hands. Move, hands, move. Hands at work. Move, hands, move. Hands at work. Work, hands, work. Hands at play. Play, hands, play. Oh man. Like and subscribe if you got that reference. You know, the usual thing. What the day do. I do think that the second season has more interesting and varied environments. At least from what I remember. Again, it's been several years and I actually forgot all about a lot of this. I forgot about the bird eye jump scare from episode 3 until... Alright, I'm probably going to pull out a walkthrough for this. Oh, wait, hold on, actually. I actually completely forgot about the bird eye episode. The bird eye in season 3. In episode 3. Bird eye jump scare in episode 3. Until I was in the room where it happened. Alright, I guess that doesn't work. Let's dig with the hook. Aww, come on, dude. No. Oh, I wanted there to be some, are you kidding? I'm not gonna drink cyanide. Uh-oh. The rope is broken. I keep this in. Alright. Alrighty. What's in there? Small bird of brass. Sweet. So the bird with the... So many birds in this. Strange enough, there doesn't even need water in the well. Interesting. Yeah, so... I mean, overall, you know, as much as I complain about some of the puzzles, they're overall, compared to, you know, a lot of old adventure game puzzles, especially, I mean, like that Grim Fandango, that Grim Fandango puzzle was the one that basically caused me to quit the game after the game crashed on me because my computer was being a piece of shit. And not this computer. Let's see. So the bird fits perfectly. Yeah, let's see. Is there something maybe it's down in the other clock? I don't know. So it said 6:15. Come on. Alright. Walk through! Save me! You're my only hope. Oh! Yeah, the greenhouse. I forgot about the greenhouse. Apparently, if you wait a while, you'll hear glass shatter. I don't know if that happens now. There's actually a lot of those, if you wait long enough, you'll hear this weird sound. which I kind of like. It adds to the mystery. I didn't know about any of this, and it also it also adds to the mystery of the tone. And good, like it, good. Greenhouse, old, good condition. Okay, so this is probably the glass shattering. It was broken from the inside. Let's see. Wait, what? Oh, angel. Headless angel, huh? Angel mold. What's up, angels? Angels seem to be a recurring theme. Don't you know that themes are for 8th grade book report? I almost said games are for 8th grade book reports. Oh, do I have to go out back and open it? Probs. Probs, what a bother. Everything's a bother. Sloth. I do love how Full Metal Alchemist kind of makes a point of talking about the fact that, like alright, so, yay, shortcut. Most of the 7 deadly sins are not actually inherently bad. I mean, obviously they can definitely be destructive and bad and cause harm. But, you know, lust is just straight up a biological function for most people. Like, it does way more harm to try and deny that than to, like, actually, you know, find a healthy outlet for things like that. What was that thing the walkthrough said? I don't want to say what thing it was, because then I'll look like an idiot, first of all, and well, I'm already going to look like an idiot. Here we go, this is it. Let's take the bulb. That's more like it. Ready. Next. Okay. Apparently there's another thing I missed in the greenhouse. Sorry if you're a Last Door super fan and you know all this stuff already. That is kind of the problem. Like, the whole, like, examining something and then being able to pick it up is kind of a double-edged sword. Because, like, right here, I collect just some old bottles, and are those useful old bottles? You know, I've used old bottles in the past, so can I pick them up? But apparently no, but so there's times where you're like, oh, I don't need to worry about this, and it's like, no, you actually needed to pick that up to solve a puzzle, and it's like, okay. Would have been nice to know. See, I was kind of focused on the angels and the screen spread angels. Sad gesture. So, like, look, this thing is caught between these two things, and so there's so little overlap that it's kind of hard to, like, see. Again, I probably would have found it on my own, but I don't know. I kind of wish he had you saw the hand icon and then he was like, oh, it's a jar of vitriol oil. Yeah, you know, he still gave the explanation, but then he was like, and then he picks it up. You know, just play the animation. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about. So, and this is another. So there's actually, again, these puzzles are not nearly as bad as the as the old ones. But I'm like, why would I? Dear, why would I think to go back the way I came? There seemed to be nothing of interest there. So yeah, I really don't like. I don't know. I always am kind of a devil's advocate type guy for games. And because part of it is I just don't like. I just do not like being negative on stuff. I don't. You know, like it's funny because I kind of do have a reputation for ruining things, but I don't. I wanna. You know, it's like what H-Bomber guy said in the Ruby video. Like, this isn't trying to make you hate something. This is trying to think critically about it and make you think deeper about why it works and maybe why it doesn't. Yeah. So let's see. I think that's everything we need for the development. Let's make sure we get it right. 1 ounce of the pouring upon the plate, about 1 ounce of vitriol. Then okay. So vitriol, cyanide. Wait, but first I should I first do this? I will say this red vibe, this super red, like, Virtual Boy looking tone is actually pretty spooky in the context of the game. Acid. Apply the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. I mean, there we go. So, one other thing that, it's a photograph of Anthony and Alexandra. Oh my god, that seriously scared me. Oh man! Let's use these guys. Jeez! And that is why I will never play Five Nights at Freddy's. Man, that, like, I was just thinking to myself, this episode is not as spooky as the other ones, and then they throw that at me, and it's not, it's just, whoa. Alexandra, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Anthony. And there's someone else blurred in the background. Who's the third figure? Does he mean something to you? Bird awaits. Yeah, so the let's see. So This, oh, the other one. The other thing. So, yeah, the, what was it gonna say? So, the 6:15. No. 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 What are you doing? So yeah, I don't think I ever finished this thought, but I don't like being critical. I don't like being negative. Well, I do like being critical. I don't like being negative. I don't like hating on games. I will say that these clock controls are kind of pissing me off right now, but you know, that's not a really big deal. Did it say 6:15? Okay. Apparently it was 3 o'clock. I don't know where I got 6:15 from, but whatever. Alright, we gotta set this to... Yeah, so, the, what was I gonna say? Okay, he's having a seizure. Is there something I can do to help? What is my job? Am I a doctor? There's a key inside the bird. Alrighty. Alright, let's go check out the garden. Oh man, so what was oh yeah, I mean, I like the, I said earlier that I liked the shadow figures and the weird sounds and I don't know, they're really cool, I'm glad that they're there. I also kind of feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. Discovered of Asian origin. Which is weird because they don't really serve anything. You know, the nun thing, like that doesn't, you don't need to see the nun disappear. It's the same either way. But I still feel like, again, like I'm missing something. Interesting, so I still have this stuff in my inventory. Gardener shovel. Sweet! That's cute, England. You think you have humidity. Reminds me of a Roman mosaic. Hey, you just have a Roman mosaic sitting in your cellar? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm walking over here. Book written in ancient language unknown to me. There is a scrawled annotation written in English on one of the margins. This and no other is a function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at the time. To accompany the mind to the proscenium of the big theater, and there help us look beyond the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the hoopoe allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? Go through the last door, maybe? Change of left horizon turn. Not getting good vibes from this place. Jaws and test tubes. Everything is soaked in chemical residues. The air is filled with the smell of vinegar. A bunch of dust-covered beakers with repulsive liquid. A few of them had developed fungi inside. Man, those fungi are fun guys. Label your bottles! Why wouldn't you label your bottles? Man. Sorry I'm not super talkative, although I did spend a ton of time just sitting there talking, so who knows? Maybe you just want a break and you want to see some point and click, the sexy point and click action you came here for, apparently. I don't blame you. It's, you know, it's Coffin. Go figure. Coffin in the grave. What are you? Boink. That asshole. Whoa! So, is the implication that... Remember the stars. Huh. The remains of a humanoid body but with a grotesque animal aspect. It would be a small ape. It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike. Signs of corpse is paper leaf. Dear Alexandra, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time, Raymundus Lully sought the same thing that we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls hoopoe. Yes, like the legendary bird. I am really sorry for pronouncing that wrong, and if it's offensive, like that sounds like a Native American phrase to me, but I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Well, again, if you know what a hoopoe or hoopui is or whatever, let me know. Closely resembles the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. Hey, they're actually doing a replication study, which are really important and no one has any incentives to do. So, yay, good for you. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Vedette ne quisquiat. So, what's the deal with old Mike? Oh, okay. It's weird how it's a hand icon. I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick it up, but no, apparently not. I like these. I do kind of like these, like freeze frame close up. Oh God, that sounds like Alexandra. Wait, what? No, no, no! Go back up there. I'm your fucking friend. I'm gonna go run it. Honestly, that might be my first one. Run and hide in the cellar. This episode, I was like, it's not that scary. And now I'm like, oh, jeez, I do not want to see what's in that room, but I gotta progress for the sake of the viewers. Alexandra, completely gone. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh my God. That was legitimately... This is legitimately spooky now. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone has stripped it off the book hastily. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branches of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching him what was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I sat at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander Snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this house.
Nevermore.
Okay. Now I'm kind of understanding how the Raven guy felt. I would probably go crazy if that bird was saying that over and over again. Is it the first voiced line in this whole series? What's that? This is Shadow of Alexander. Some kind of navigation map. Several constellations unlocked. Altair, Deneb, and Vega. Okay. Starlight brightness. Bring some brightness in the forest. Stargazing is. I actually talked about this. There are a lot of my favorite moments in media are have something to do with the stars. The scene, the best scene in To the Moon, which I'm definitely not going to spoil here. There's that. There's the scene with Angus and May in Night in the Woods, where he says that that secular humanist motto, I believe in it, the universe doesn't care, and people that do. Wait, is definitely broken. Alright, bye. Oh. So that's 6:15. Okay. I guess you're supposed to cross-reference that with the picture of the, but whatever. I do not. I like legit do not want to go back into that room. Let's see. Alright, so that Raven actually was one of the secrets that I... This is for a few minutes. I don't think I was standing there for a few minutes. So that was... If you get all those secrets, you get Master of the Occult. I was thinking about... I've been thinking actually about doing, like... If I get, like, a certain number of subscribers, doing, like... a charity stream where I go through and just 100% the whole... all of the last door. Alright, I gotta go back to the cellar. Oh, I gotta go back. Yeah, another challenge. Yeah. Yeah, so I still feel weird about the secrets. I don't know. I can't decide. You know, they're certainly not telegraphed. Which if that is like your thing, if you just want to like poke around, you know, stand in every room and all that, you know, great. This game, definitely go out and buy this game. They just, it feels weird reading about them and being like, even if I look for them now, it's gonna be harder to enjoy. I don't know. Oh my god. Ugh. What was that? See, oh man, again, this is all 10 times scarier when I'm in my room alone at night. The statue. All the Roman imagery is interesting. Because that didn't really seem to be there. Ooh, what's this? Oh, jeez! Angels protect this house. So the walkthrough mentioned that, but it didn't mention that those things would be there. Morin, you sneaky bastard. Yeah, so inside it. Dear Alexandra, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favorite place? After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, I've managed to distill the alchemical formula based on the notes you sent me. Certainly you are a master of this craft. The subject reacted to the serum as usual, rapidly entering into a state of waking sleep. Suddenly the convulsions stopped, and since then he has not been revolved into any kind of stimulation. He has remained in this state for many days. My diagnosis is brain dead. What should be our next step, Alexandra? I'm worried this could be the end of our research. Redetta Nequisquiat, August 25th. 1887, so it's 4 years before the events of the game take place. Also, 4 years is the length of a typical undergraduate degree. Coincidence? Not sure. It could be or it could not be. I don't know. What is every Here we go, speak the card. Flip them. No novel lobsters. Alrighty, let's see what you got. First of all, so were those angels, again, I might have already asked this, but were those angels a Doctor Who reference? Alright. Hold on. Couldn't we just have the... let's see. Oh, I need to do the 3, so the Deneb, Vega, and Altair did the Summer Triangle. Okay, so... I can't... I'm really bad at stuff like this. Can I not pull up the inventory? Alright, so Altair, Vega is in between it's the middle top of the Deneb's is the highest one, and Altair is between the two really narrow. Alright, let's see. Yes! Haha! I did it! With skill! Correct. Correct. This is the Summer Triangle. Okay, so this one is, so let's see, what do these look like to me? Trident, horseshoe, and Longwood Bridge. Sideways H, that's it. Actually, I think my parents used to that's how they taught me how to do an H. So back when I can't believe I actually still vaguely remember this. It would be like long road, bridge. Voice again. Comes from the bottom of the pit. Oh, do we have to go there, dude? Really? Alright. Alexandra. So this was, again, this is creating, there's a lot of distrust with what happens, which I like. I mean, it's spooky, it's unnerving, especially if you want to convey that Lovecraftian sense of madness and not knowing anything. Pretty good way to do it. I mean, if I get H.P. Lovecraft stuff, Lovecraftian horror, completely wrong, I'm sorry. I am really not a Lovecraftian kind of guy. This is what you asked me to search for, is it not? Alexander, am I right? The last door. Jayalathal. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I'm waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we are afraid. I am ready. Sit down. Interesting. So he only responds when when you're talking to him about the serum. Alright, got the thing, the serum and the syringe, stab. Ah, there's a spider. Do you think that we'll find any clue here about Devitt's whereabouts? The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they have overlooked something. What about this room? There's a sealed letter here between the table and the wall. It looks like Herr Beechworth never sent it. I think it is best that you read it. Dearest Alexandra, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it must stay that way. An open way for whatever lives on the other side. Vedetta Nequisciat. Last door. The adventure continues in Season 2. Alrighty. So that was Season 1 of The Last Door. Yeah. thank you for watching. I'm trying to think if I have any last thoughts. One is, I apologize to my sisters if they were disturbed by my yelling. I did not remember this game being that scary. Again, I mean, I'm sitting in the dark alone in my room. And let's see. Stay tuned. I'm uploading. I'm recording these at various times. So I'm uploading. I'm uploading these on daily though. So I'm releasing them daily. Kind of wanted to add a little bit of that episodic feel. And yeah. Let's see. Stay tuned. Obviously, this is definitely not the end. I'm gonna record the extras. Probably not. Probably on a day when I have less time to record. I'm not sure how long they take. I remember them being really short, so it would probably be a much shorter episode than this one. But I thought that episode 2 would take me like 45 minutes, like the first episode took. But no. Yeah. So. Stay tuned. Not going anywhere. I'm gonna have a lot more Last Door stuff. I can't remember how many episodes are in season 2. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5. I want to say 5, plus the extras. Then season 2 also has extras. So, yeah, season 2 is coming, and the extras are coming, and then season 2 is coming, and then hopefully I'll take this time the time that this buys me during Halloween to upload some more stuff, to record some more stuff, and I'm looking to have a lot of content on this channel for the month of October, because I am Jekyll Steingrave. I don't even know why I do this. It's actually not it's kind of a post-hoc addition to It's Alive era, which gets kind of accurate. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. I'm going to get into a lot of that stuff. If I ever play Mazda, Jekyll and Hyde, and I'm definitely going to play the Wanderer Frankenstein's Creature. There's a lot to unpack there. So, yeah. Let's just go to the main menu. Yeah, so make sure, thank you for watching, especially if you've been honestly, if you've gotten to this point, you've been watching all of my Last Door videos on the way through, thank you for that. I'm glad you enjoyed it, or hate watching it, or, if you felt an obligation, I don't know why, but, thanks anyway, I guess. Yeah, so, I will see you all. I will see you all in the extras, the bonus episode, and then we'll be back for season 2. So make sure. Seriously, if you want to, make sure to do the YouTube things like, comment, share. And subscribe and ring the bell. And especially, if I should have mentioned this in episode 1 of the show instead of episode 4. But if you want to keep abreast of all of the uploads for this month, again, it's late August sometime. The clock's about to strike midnight, and it's gonna be August 31st. But you know what I mean. This month, this the best, spookiest month of the year. If you want to stay abreast of all my other Gothic content this Halloween, yeah, you're gonna wanna hit that bell so it gets you notifications. So yeah, Oh man, this if you have gotten this far, it really means a lot to me. I hope you got out of it. You got something out of it. I've certainly gotten something out of it, even if no one watches this video. So yeah, means a lot, really, guys. Thank you, and yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on the game. And yeah, have a great Halloween, and just be nice to each other, and yeah, you do good in the world because it is good. Okay, bye.